There appears to be a recovery point set up over there. Let's use it if our HP and EP become low before engaging in any further battles.
Sounds like a plan to me. Monsters at 12 o'clock.
Be careful not to let them take advantage of your blind side.
Got it.
That's that then. Let's move out.
Well, that was easier than I thought. All right, let's keep up this pace.
Estelle, wait a second. We should write down the information about the monsters we've just fought in the monster guide.
You're right. Okay, that should do it. More company, straight ahead.
Depending on the enemy, some physical attacks may be ineffective. Let's use arts, not physical attacks.
Okay. Piece of cake.
Estelle, let's try using crafts this time around. Since crafts have other effects besides just dealing out damage, they're worth a shot.
Roger that.
All right, we're good to go.
Oh, what a surprise! Another creepy thing. I wish there was an easier way to take care of them.
One blow using an S-Craft or S-Break should do the trick for just about any enemy. The catch is, our CP has to be at least 100 to pull off one of those moves.
All right, we're good to go.
So that's the treasure chest we're after, huh? If we've made it this far, the rest is gonna be a piece of cake.
Seems like we've got a little breathing room at least. Let's pay close attention to our battle order this time around. There should be a number of ways to get more mileage out of our actions.
That's that then. Let's move out.
That's weird. There's a couple of boxes inside the treasure chest. The fact that there's not just one but two is kind of interesting too.
Remember, Estelle, our mission is to search and retrieve only. I'm pretty sure looking inside those boxes doesn't fall under our mission objective.
You're no fun at all, Joshua. This has nothing to do with our mission. It's what I like to call good, honest curiosity. You know, we're the only ones down here. We could get away with a teensy-weensy peek, right?
If you feel like flunking today's test, then by all means, be my guest.
Did you just say the F word?
Yep. Opening one of those boxes could result in an automatic fail for the both of us. If this were a real job, the contents of those boxes would belong to the client. And as long as they were nothing illegal, we would have no right to open them.
I know you're right, Joshua, but I just can't help myself.
If you absolutely have to know what's inside, why not ask Miss Scherer when we get back? But for now, we need to focus on getting out of here.
All right, all right.
Good work, you two. As a rule of training, I'm going to need to confirm the items in your possession. Yep, they're the real deal, all right. I don't see any evidence of tampering either.
That was a close one.
I figured she would try and set us up like that.
Congratulations to the both of you. You have successfully passed your qualification test.
You didn't really think something that simple would be a problem for us, did you? So, Shara, what's in those boxes you had us get?
That's for me to know and for you to find out after your training is finished. That's enough chit-chat for now, so let's get back to work. You two still have some things left to do.
Seriously? But didn't you just say that we passed the test?
You still have to learn how to report the results of your work. I'm aware that you're both tired, but this is no time to shirk your duties. Let's get back to the guild.
When is this day going to be over? Oh well, no sense in giving up when the finish line is in sight.
Agreed. It seems like we're within reaching distance of our goal.
Your final training is how to report to the guild. Whenever you finish a job, it is your duty to report the results of your work to the guild. Reporting how you solved the situation and the steps you took to get there are all part of your job as a bracer. You can report your results to the front desk in each guild branch. And, as you already know by now, Ina is in charge here at the Roland branch. In addition, this is where you will be paid for your work.
I look forward to seeing great things from the both of you.
Now that we're here, why don't you both go ahead and report the results of today's training?
Good job, you two! It seems like you were able to complete your objective without running into any major problems. Another thing to take note of is that depending on how you handle a job, you may see an increase or decrease in the amount of pay you receive. When you report the results of your work to the guild, pay in the form of Mira isn't the only thing you will receive. You will also accumulate points, which are known as BP, Bracer Points. BP are an indication of your achievements as a bracer. When these points exceed a certain value, you will advance in rank as a bracer and be awarded with a piece of special equipment by the guild. The ranks of a junior bracer start at 9 and go all the way up to 1. Please set your sights on making first rank and work hard. The amount of Mira and BP you will receive will be recorded in your bracer notebooks, so please have a look sometime later on.
All that's left to do now is to finalize your training. Let's head back upstairs, shall we? I'll talk to you later, Ina. And sorry about putting more work on your plate today than usual.
Don't worry about it. Training new bracers is important for the future of the guild. I fully intend to work these two to the bone in any case.
To the bone?
And knowing Shara, it'll involve the whip.
Let me say it again. Good work, you two. You have now officially completed the entire training course. From now on, you will be learning from your own real-world experience. Well then.
Aren't those boxes the ones?
In answer to your question, yes, these are the boxes you retrieved during today's. You seem awfully curious to find out what's inside, Estelle.
Are you saying that it's okay if we open them?
That's right. Why don't the both of you have a look and see what's inside?
Sweet!
All right, let's have a look.
This crest is...
So does this mean that we're...
Estelle Bright, Joshua Bright. Beginning this day at 1500 hours, you are both hereby appointed as junior bracers within the Bracer Guild. From here on, you will work as members of the Bracer Guild to support the livelihood of those around you, defend peace, and uphold justice. Congratulations, you two, and welcome into the fold.
Did you hear that, Joshua? We've become members of the Bracer Guild!
So, I'm a bracer now, huh? I think the realization is only now just beginning to sink in.
Come on, Joshua! You should be jumping for joy or running around and screaming at the top of your lungs like this! Look at us now, world! We did it!
I was happy until you made my eardrums bleed.
I hate to interrupt the celebrations, Estelle, but I need to take off now. I have some backed up work that needs my immediate attention.
We understand. You have been spending a lot of Before you head out, Shara, I just wanted to say thanks.
Likewise, I appreciate all the trouble you've gone through for us, Shara.
Don't mention it. Training new recruits is one of a bracer's many duties. Believe it or not, I was once in your shoes a long time ago when your father, Cassius, trained me.
So that's why you have so much respect for my dad.
There's actually much more to it than that, but I'll save that conversation for another day. As for the both of you, work hard to become full-fledged bracers early on so you can help guide those new recruits who come after yourself. And, in time, I hope to see you both become respectable bracers like your father. Anyway, I'll leave you with that thought.
I just don't get it.
Get what?
This is Sherazard, aka the Silver Streak, one of the most skilled young bracers we're talking about. So why is it that she holds Dad in such high esteem? He just seems like nothing more than a no-good middle-aged man who is always out doing who knows what instead of being a father.
A no-good middle-aged man, huh? From your viewpoint, it doesn't come as a surprise that you would see him in that...
Huh?
Never mind. Let's hurry and head home. We should let Dad know that we qualified as junior bracers.
Right.
Hurry up and come on!
Wait for me, Luke! Huh? Oh, it's you two.
Oh, great. It's Estelle.
Hi there, Joshua.
Okay, you little twerp. What's with the, oh great, it's Estelle remark? And what's the big hurry? How about telling us where you're headed? You're not thinking about wandering out of town alone, are you? The roads are full of monsters, I hope you know.
You're such a pest, Estelle. Don't you know there's no room for girls to be sticking their big fat noses in boys' business? Quit acting like you're a bracer, you wannabe.
How wrong you are, Luke. You're more wrong than a fool who thinks there's better tasting milk in Liberal than the milk that comes from the Purcell farm.
What? No way! You're full of it, Estelle.
In fact, as of just a few minutes ago, we qualified to become real bracers. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Real bracers!
More like bracers in training, really. Don't think you should be getting on your high horse just yet, Estelle. Now,
quit being a killjoy!
Wow, you two are great! I'm so happy for the both of you.
Oh, Pat, you're such a good little boy. Unlike that smart aleck and cynical brat you call a friend.
This isn't fair! I was supposed to become a bracer first! I can accept that Joshua became a bracer before me. But getting passed by the likes of Estelle?
What's the likes of Estelle supposed to mean? Just so you know, you can't even be a bracer until you're 16 years old. Get it? Only mature people are allowed. And that means no little kids who are still going to Sunday school.
I don't know how I should put this, Estelle, but Sunday school is dying to have you back.
You'd better watch out, Estelle. I'm going to go train at my secret base, and before you know it, I'm going to be a bracer too. Come on, Pat, let's go!
All right. I'm coming. See you later, Estelle. Bye, Joshua.
That boy, Luke, he's always trying to pick a fight with me. I wonder if he just plain hates me or something.
Rather, I think it's the exact opposite.
What do you mean by that?
Don't worry about it. It's just a boy thing. At any rate, what do you think Luke meant when he said secret base? I don't know why, but somehow it makes me a bit curious.
I know exactly what you mean. A secret base sounds really intriguing. The pure heart of a young child can be so inspiring at times.
That's not really what I mean by curious.
Hello there, Estelle and Joshua. What are you in the market for today? A new pair of shoes?
Now that you mention it, are there any new ones in stock? You know, like the newest Stregas?
Unbelievable. You've actually already forgotten why we came in here to begin with. We're not here to shop. We're supposed to be buying a copy of the Liberal News for Dad, right?
Of course!
You've always been a big collector of those shoes, haven't you, Estelle? I'm afraid that the new Strigas aren't out yet. I do, however, have some copies of the Liberal News in, if that's what you're after.
All right, I'll take one copy then.
That comes to 100 Mira, please.
I know my dad always buys a copy of this magazine, but does it really sell that well?
It sure does. The Liberal News has an excellent reporter and camerawoman who have done a great job reporting the latest and most reliable news. They are even supposed to have a running story related to Queen Alicia's birthday celebration. But enough about that. Why don't you tell me how you did today? Did you make it as bracers? Today was your last day of training, wasn't it?
Yep, everything went smoothly too. But how did you know all of that, Mr. Renan?
In a certain sense, both you and Joshua are like celebrities here in Roland. I tend to hear a lot from customers coming through here.
I shouldn't have expected anything less from Roland. The grapevine around here is seriously something to be reckoned.
No kidding. The women here especially love to gossip.
One more thing before you go. This gift is my way of saying congratulations. It's a free sample item I received with my shipment of goods, but don't hold the free part against me.
What's this supposed to be for? There's a ton of blank pages.
It's a recipe book, isn't it?
You got it. When you get hurt fighting, if you just limit yourself to healing balms all the time, it's going to cut pretty deep into your wallets. This is where a recipe book comes into play. If you eat food to recover your strength instead, it's basically free. Assuming you have all the ingredients anyway. So, if you eat something new, write down what's in it, and you'll have lots of recipes in no time. So, how about we try this out? Go ahead and eat this cookie, Estelle.
Well, I have made it a personal rule to never turn down sweets.
Basically, all you have to do is eat the food to learn the recipe. It's as simple as that. As you're traveling about, you should eat whatever food you come across that you haven't had an opportunity to try before.
Well, that sounds pretty convenient.
It's not that I don't like cooking and all, it's just that I never seem to get any better. I'd sure love to be able to increase my repertoire and really be able to shock my dad's taste buds for once in my life.
That's the spirit. And in passing, if you're in need of any ingredients, I'd be delighted to service your cooking needs.
You really know how to solicit your customers, Mr. Renan.
Thank you for the recipe book. We'll put it to good use.
Estelle, Joshua, am I glad I found you two.
Oh? Hi, Aina.
Is something wrong? You seem to be in quite a hurry.
We've got a bit of a problem. Is your father at home today?
Yes, he is. He said something about having to sort out a bunch of documents. But what's going on?
You know Luke and Pat, right?
Sure we do. In fact, we saw them not that long ago.
What's wrong? Are they in...
I don't know how to say this, but I just heard from Uni that Luke and Pat ran off to the tower that lies on the northern outskirts of Roland.
You mean the Tower of Esmalus? Isn't that supposed to be a breeding ground for monsters?
That's what they say. Unfortunately, at the moment, Sherazard is out on other bracer business, so I want to ask your father to bring the boys home safely.
What are you talking about? There's no time for that. Joshua and I will go after them and bring them back.
I don't know if that's such a good idea. The two of you only just qualified to be junior bracers today.
With all due respect, I believe that Estelle's judgment is correct in this situation. If the two of us hurry, we may even be able to catch up with the boys before they reach the tower.
I understand. I will take responsibility for whatever happens. As an emergency request from the Bracer Guild, I ask that you lose no time in bringing about the safe return of these children.
Roger that.
Understood.
The Esmalus Tower can be reached by taking the western path at the junction along the Malga Trail. You can get onto the Malga Trail through Roland's northwest gate. I'll be on standby at the guild, so if you run into any trouble, you know where to find me.
This is our first real job. Come on, Joshua! We don't have any time to lose!
I'm right behind you.
It looks like we've come all the way to Esmalus Tower. I didn't see any sign of them along the trail. So do you think they wandered inside?
It's quite likely that's the case. Let's go in. It looks like we'll need to hurry.
Right.
It's dark in here. I am scared.
Quit being a baby. We're only on the first floor of this place.
Did you hear that? They really did come in here.
Estelle? Are you all right?
Luke! Pat! If you can hear me, answer me now! Those little brats. Are they pretending they can't hear me?
They might have climbed up to the second floor. Let's hurry and see if we can find them.
What are we gonna do? Somebody, help!
Let's go, Joshua.
Right! I've got your back!
You monsters! Go somewhere else!
No! Shoo! Leave us alone!
Chew on this!
Estelle? What are you doing here?
Joshua! You're here too!
Get back, you two. These monsters aren't playing around.
We'll take care of them!
That's that then. Let's move out.
Looks like that's that.
Yeah, I'm glad everyone's safe too. By the way, that was great timing the way you blitzed those monsters, Estelle.
You really think so?
Is it safe now?
Oh, man! That was awesome! You really showed them, Estelle. Not bad for a girl.
You little twerp!
Ow! That hurts! What are you trying to do to me?
What's wrong with you? You even dragged poor Pat all the way up here against his will. It's time to think about what you did today.
Ow! You're hurting me! Stop it! I said stop it, you violent she-devil!
So this is the thanks I get for saving your neck, huh? Looks like it's time to give you some of my special discipline.
Ow! 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 All right, Estelle, I'm sorry! Everything was my fault!
Estelle? Shouldn't we forgive each other like they teach us at school?
This brat doesn't need forgiveness, but a little discipline should do the trick.
Estelle! Behind you!
It's something with teeth, isn't it? Nice monster?
I'm not going to make it in time. Dad, you came!
You still lack skill and understanding, Estelle. You must always prepare for unseen danger by sharpening your senses. That's part of what it means to be a bracer.
Dad? What are you doing here?
I just happened to be in town and heard the whole story from Ina. I'll give you points for your quick thinking and taking action to come after the children. But you failed to follow through completely.
I really messed up, didn't I?
It's a good thing you showed up when you did. I'm sorry. I should have been watching your back.
That just means that you have room for improvement. Constantly working to overcome your weak spots is the key.
Understood.
So, how about we head home? Can you boys walk?
I think so.
That was incredible, Mr. Bright! You were like a gazillion times more awesome than Estelle!
Of course I was! I'm her father! Alright, everyone, let's file on out of here.
I'm with you, Mr. Bright.
Who's the glory hog now? I mean, I guess I should be thankful that Dad saved my behind. But why does he have to go and take all the credit like that? It really chaps my hide.
That's just the way he is. After all, he is Cassius Bright.